Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Scott Benoit. I'm the coordinator of the Transitions and Engagement Office here at Laurentian University in the Center for Academic Excellence. And I'm just here to give a quick video overview, kind of an instructional video on how to use the D2L or Brightspace Desire to Learn platform. This platform is going to be very important for you as you continue throughout your studies because it will allow you to receive all of your course content for all the courses that you have registered for the upcoming term. So I will complete a shared screen here and basically find myself in my Laurentian account. Now, if you're seeing my portal account here, if your My Laurentian account doesn't look the same as this, if on the left-hand side, you don't see the same options like D2L, Zoom, self-service, if you're seeing stuff like schedule a campus tour or apply to residence, it's possible that you're still in the application phase and that you haven't completed the onboarding process in order to activate your student accounts. So what you'll have to do in order to complete that onboarding questionnaire and access and activate your student account, you'll have to visit my.laurentian.ca/start. And that will allow you to enter your first and last name, your student number, your date of birth, and complete that quick questionnaire that will basically activate your student account, where you'll see the very same options that you'll see or that you're seeing here in my account. So one thing before I get started on the D2L platform, I just want to highlight one quick thing and just maybe a kind of a suggestion, a strong suggestion to students to begin checking their Laurentian email address. So if you're logging into your My Laurentian account, you can access the little envelope icon. Click on the envelope icon in the top right corner, and that will bring you to your Laurentian email address, which uses the Gmail platform. Now, what's great about that is Laurentian University has the enterprise suite to the Google Suite, so the enterprise account, and that allows you to access all of the Google applications that are available on the Gmail platform. So you'll have a brand new Google Drive, you'll have access to Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Tasks, and one that's very important and very, very useful is your Google Calendar. So that will allow you to really improve your time management skills by placing, your classes and your deadlines in your calendar so that you get those notifications not only on your laptop or desktop computer, but also you can link that to your mobile device and have those notifications there come through whenever you have things coming up, things that are due, or classes you have to attend. So very important going forward. So here we'll access D2L. And like I said, the D2L account will be very important for you going forward because this is where you'll engage with your classmates. This is where you'll get your course content. So on the first day of class, you'll have a module in your list of courses that'll light up for every course you have registered in your calendar. Now, you see that this page here is in French for me. So what I'll be able to do here is in my profile in the top right corner, I will click Réglage de compte, which is account settings, and this will allow me to change the language from French to English. So if you're seeing your account being advertised in the opposite language or a different language that's unfamiliar to you, or if you'd like to change it to one that you're more familiar with, you'd simply go in the language, click the one you'd like, you'd save and close, and now everything here will change to the English platform so that all of you can follow along. So the D2L account, like I said, on the first day of class, you will have a module that'll light up for every course that you have scheduled and registered in your plan for the fall term. So assuming that we're beginning the fall term, you'll have those fall and fall winter term courses light up here in your list of courses. Now for myself, you're seeing a lot of courses. Courses haven't started yet for the fall term, but I've registered for a number of modules in the self-registration tab, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. And that allows you to basically follow along a list of modules that we've created to support your learning at Laurentian University. So these are not mandatory, but they are free. And what's cool about this is that it's not linked to a professor. There's no deadlines to this. It's just gaining additional free information that'll support your learning at Laurentian University. So we encourage that we'll just do it now. You can go through the self-registration module. And for me, you can see that I have a lot of modules that I'm enrolled in, and that's just because I've given this example to a number of students, and I just haven't gone through my course list to remove these from my account. So um, I'll go through and register for one of these modules. It's very, very quick and easy. It's like 4, maybe 5 steps at most. So you can see some really good ones, like getting it right at Laurentian, which is a academic writing support. Funny how they do the misspell there. So student resources is a good one. This is a bilingual one. Orientation for online learners. So again, just modules that will provide additional support for you as you continue your studies at Laurentian. So I'm going to go and click on this one here. Academic Integrity Seminar for Faculty. Okay, perfect. I'll register for that. It confirms my information. I'll register for that. Finish, and now we're done. That's quick and easy. And that way this module will present itself on my list of courses. And right now, because I have so many, it's not at the very top. But you'll see it here. And actually, if I go to the very end, you can view all courses, and it'll certainly be there in one of these modules. Probably one that's not pinned. So right here, no, this is the student one. And there you go, Academic Integrity Seminar for Faculty. So that's the one that I just registered in. And if you're wondering about these images, they're totally random. They have nothing to do with your course specifically. So it's just going to be like, obviously the one for coronavirus is a bit specific, but when it comes to your actual courses, I don't think they'll really follow the subject or the course content at all. So when you're here at your home page, you can always click the little home icon to come back to this page here. You're going to have an email account that you can access. You'll have a conversation piece, your notification. So whenever you have any kind of updates to your portal, or if you have any grades that are up to date or shared on your account, you'll get a notification here. And what's cool about Brightspace D2L, it also has a mobile application that you can download on your smartphone. So if you're one to use your smartphone often, you can follow along and basically log into D2L using that application. It's called Brightspace Pulse, and will allow you to log in using your Laurentian username and password. And that way there, you'll get those notifications on your mobile device as well. You'll be able to retrieve your course content on there, etc. So, again, maybe putting the accent on the fact that for the 2020 fall term, we will be studying remotely for 99%, a little bit more than 99% of all courses at Laurentian. So, if you don't have access to your computer, your laptop, you can access it through your phone. So just for the sake of example, for the purpose of this information session, I'm going to click here on the COVID training. So you can see that maybe you didn't know, but I'm actually on campus right now. And all faculty staff who are getting prepared to kind of slowly integrate themselves back onto campus have to complete this training session here so that we're up to date with the new rules and regulations surrounding the pandemic, and basically how we're going to be operating on campus as we progress through phase 2 and into phase 3 eventually. Now, if you're wondering about how classes are going to progress for the 2020 fall term, your courses will be remote for the most part, unless otherwise shared with you. And that's, again, why we encourage strongly that you check your Gmail, your Laurentian email address. But essentially, once your courses become live on the first day of class, your professor will share how they're going to operate with the remote delivery. So if you have a course code that finishes with section 01 through 09, these are traditionally courses that are offered on campus, which means that for the upcoming fall 2020 term, they will be offered remote, which means that you'll still have those time slots during the week in your calendar, or days of the week or times of the day where you're going to be engaging in what I'm referencing as a virtual classroom. And your professor at that point will share, if it's a Zoom link, they'll share the Zoom link, and they'll also have the choice of giving the instruction of either synchronous learning or asynchronous learning. Now, synchronous learning is basically giving that presentation live, where they're engaging with you in real time, whereas asynchronous learning will be recorded videos that they'll present still in the time slots that are in your calendar, but they won't be live. And some professors might choose to do a combination of synchronous and asynchronous learning, where they will be engaging live sessions and live lectures, while sometimes maybe still posting videos during those time blocks that you find in your calendar. So again, be sure to check in your D2L account on the first day of class because you'll be getting all that information very, very soon. So again, I'm just using this module as an example, but basically the options that you have on the top bar here will be very much the same for every course that you're visiting through your D2L account. So here you'll have the course home, and this is likely where you'll have kind of like a welcome message from the professor introducing the course, giving you a bit more context on the course that you'll be following. Here you'll have your course content. So if you're taking a course that's uniquely online, so if your course code finishes with section 10, 11, 12, 13, or 14, these are courses that are strictly online. So you won't have a time block or a required time of the day or the week to participate. You're basically following the course at your own pace. And sometimes with these courses, when you visit your course content, it's possible that your professor puts all the course content up on the first day of class. Whereas if you're completing this course, via the virtual classroom, it's likely that your professor will be kind of releasing content 1 week at a time. And that's in an effort to, encourage students to participate in the classroom or virtual classroom. As a student who's already graduated at Laurentian, I've had professors where they would share their PowerPoint presentations after the class because they wanted students to attend the actual classroom in person, those actual lectures. So again, you'll get familiar with what the professor prefers. But just as an example here, when you're looking at your content, you'll have your table of contents. You'll have basically every section that follows that. So if I were to click my table of contents, I see it here in my main page. Now going through, you'll have, like I've completed all this. You can see by the check marks, and I had to in order to return to campus. So you'll see that in your table of contents. And then if you complete or click on specific pieces, you'll have specific sections one at a time. And again, like I said, your professor will decide whether or not they want to release the entire table of content, or just one block at a time as you progress. But regardless of their style of teaching, you will have your course outline here put up electronically on the first day of class. And that's the document that you'll really be following to have the course content. So you'll have your professor's contact information there. You'll have your required list of textbooks. If you're interested in getting your textbook before the first day of class, you can visit the Laurentian bookstore. A very quick and easy way of doing that is in the shop section. You would simply click on the bookstore, and that will give you to the bookstore. At the bookstore website, you can actually search for textbooks. Right now, though the campus is quote unquote off limits, we're still doing curbside pickup and express delivery. So you do have those options available to you. But if you're a student who may be studying in their own country, at least this way it'll allow you to see what books you need. And if you decide to get them via another platform, to encourage a quicker shipping process, you can do that. But just know that at the Laurentian bookstore, those books will be available to you, and it will be the specific book that the professor has registered for via the bookstore. So at least that way there, it's the proper book, it's the right edition, etc. So you'll know you're getting the right textbook to follow along with your respected course. So again, follow the guidelines within your course outline. It'll give you all that stuff, all the information. It'll probably give you like a week-by-week breakdown of what you'll be doing throughout the course. So very important to visit that frequently and making sure that you're abiding by the course deadlines. It'll also give you like a description of your assignments, how much they're weighted in terms of a percentage. So you'll get all that information there. And usually this document is a few pages long. And if ever you have questions about it, simply reach out to your professor and they'll be able to support that stuff for you. Next, you'll have a discussion section. So some professors will encourage classroom discussions, and either they'll have maybe an assignment where you post a discussion, or that you have to engage in the discussion posts that are put up there by the professor. Sometimes these discussions are counted as participation marks. Sometimes they're its own assignment. So again, going back to that course outline will be very important to know how you'll be engaging, if you'll be engaging in this discussion section here via your D2L account. Next, you'll have your Dropbox. So if your professor prefers that you submit your assignments via D2L, which is most likely the case often, you'll have a Dropbox here, and like I don't have any assignments because this module didn't require assignments. So for that reason there's nothing here that I have to submit. But if you were to have assignments to submit, then you'll have like the title of the assignment, and then with, you know, a couple days prior to the deadline, you'll have an option there to upload a document from your computer. You'll be able to do that, and that will send your assignment directly to your professor. So with that, you'll also have a notification to confirm that it's been successfully uploaded. And then once you get the grades, it'll be in your grade section, which we'll check in a minute, but you'll also get that notification here up in the bell. And then that will allow you to kind of, you know, check that, and it'll bring you down to the module, that respective course, to find your grades. Quizzes. So, I mean, for this module, there was a quiz. Not all courses will have a quiz section. Well, they'll have a quiz section, but it's not guaranteed that your professor will engage in the quiz. If you do have quizzes, what will happen is that the quiz will become available to you usually in the day that it's due, the day of the assignments. So you'll follow along the quiz, you'll take the quiz, and you might have more than one attempt available to you. And if that's the case, then, you know, use up your attempts in order, you know, in an effort to get the best grade possible. Again, follow the deadlines of your professor. Sometimes they'll take the first quiz or the last quiz, or again, I'm not exactly sure how your professor will choose to run it, but basically you'll have the number of attempts here, and once you've completed them, you'll be on your way. And then your grades. So in this example here, was there any grades? There was, yeah, for the English quiz and the French quiz. So I took the English quiz. I could have equally taken the French, but I chose to do the module in English. I got 10 on 10, 100%. So as you progress through your course, it's possible that all of your assignments will be posted in the grade section, and then you just simply won't get the grade until you've completed the assignment. But if it's possible also that, you know, after you've submitted your assignment, once you've received your grades, that you'll have the assignment title here with the points, and then your percentage there, and then whatever, you know, if there's a different weight. So let's say if this assignment was worth 20%, it would say 20%. And at the end of your chart, you'd have a total of 100. Right. So again, this will be specific to your own course, depending on the style of your professor and how many assignments they want to have, how much they're weighted, how much they're worth, etc. So you'll see that kind of being updated throughout the course via this section here. Next, you'll have your class list. So what's cool about this is your class list allows you to see and view the list of students that are registered in your course. And what's neat about that is it allows for you to engage with those classmates on this platform. So when you're looking at, like for this one here, it's a little bit different. You won't see all instructor teaching assistant, like just specific to this module, but you'll see the list of students. They'll usually all be as a role of students, and it'll give their username. So, I mean, you might already know this if you've already registered and accessed your Laurentian email address, but your Laurentian email address is essentially your username at laurentian.ca, right? So be mindful of that. If ever you want to reach out to any fellow colleagues, you'd simply use your username at laurentian.ca. So if you want to create study groups or, you know, share notes or et cetera, it's just a way for you to engage with them there. And sometimes, like I said, your professor will encourage discussions. So it's a way to kind of take that beyond the discussion section. And then you have your groups. So if there are groups within your module, you'll have that there. And then the awards piece. So I'm not, okay, so I guess I received some of these badges. That's great. Truthfully, I'm not really sure what the awards section is. But I mean, if there is a section, if there's a need for this section with your course, your professor will let you know what it's all about. You know, so maybe they're going to be using that. Okay, so these are all pinned ones that I have. So this here will basically give you a list of all the courses that you have pinned or unpinned in your My Courses section. So very user friendly. And what's great about the D2L platform is that you can't break it. All right, don't worry about, you know, if you're going through here and you're navigating through the portal and you're not sure. I mean, I could probably remove some of these courses off my list because they're ones that I've completed or added through the self-registration module. But if you're registered in a course, you won't delete it. You know, so we encourage strongly that you go through this, get familiar with it before the first couple of days of class, and that way there it'll alleviate a lot of stress and some anxiety as well. And then you'll be ready to go on the first day of class. So again, you can always hit this home button here in order to get back to the home screen to view your courses, where we encourage that you visit the self-registration module. That way there you'll have an opportunity to to add some of those additional modules to your course. I'm just looking at the locker here. So this is basically kind of like a little bit of a Google Drive, I guess, similar to Google Drive. And then your email would be kind of linked to, just allows you to compose a message. So it's kind of, I would encourage anyways that you just use the email from your Laurentian address instead of going through here. But nonetheless, again, you can play around in here. You can check it out, see all the functions, how they work for you, which modules are of interest to you. And again, those modules are totally free. They're not mandatory. There's no one that's going to tell you you have to complete them by a certain date. So just additional information to support your learning here at Laurentian University. So we'll finish up with that. I thank you very much for your time and viewing this session. Hopefully it's become useful for you. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at orientation@laurentian.ca. Again, my name is Jason Scott Benoit. I wish you the best of luck in your studies. And again, if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to support you and happy to do so. Thanks very much for your time and take care.